Rashida Strober is the only person in the world to focus exclusively on dark skin and has been doing so since 1998, as demonstrated by a 20-year body of work. Meet the founder and inventor of the first movement in history for dark skin, Rashida Strober, the world's first dark skin activist, founder of dark skin activism.
All right. So I am here with Rashida Strober, finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. We have, she's been on my show twice. Yep. Me and Unique. Yep. Unique should be logging on soon. And, you know, there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview, which they can log on and see. Who is that? See, I can't even see. Because I'm so blind. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back. But thank you, Heather. And so I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a dark-skinned woman's revenge. So in case y'all didn't hear the answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.
In 1998, Rashida Strober created dark skin activism, the first movement in history to advocate for dark-skinned people, and called herself the dark-skinned activist. Rashida created the phrases dark-skinned activist and dark-skinned activism. Rashida also coined the word darkism. She is the first person in recorded history to create a movement of this kind. She is the first artist, author, actress, YouTuber, and social commentator to focus her work only on dark skin, and has been doing so since 1998. She has written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Her books can be found at darkskinactivist.com. Rashida has been touring the country since 2006, featuring her creative works and also doing darkism talks. To book Rashida for a darkism talk or a live performance, go to darkskinactivist.com. The 20-year legacy of the dark-skinned activist continues. For more information on Rashida's 20-plus years as the world's first dark-skinned activist, visit darkskinactivist.com. Share, donate at the PayPal email, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com, and subscribe. Okay, good morning, y'all. What's going on? Good morning. Y'all know who it is. What's up? It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the undisputed queen of dark skin, Rashida Strober. All right, so this particular live I'm doing by special request. And there are some people out there that are very important to me, some of my fans who have actually supported me. They've came and they've supported my work. They came to my live shows. They came to my darkism talks. And sometimes I would normally not speak on certain topics unless it has to hit my soul in order for me to talk on it. Y'all know that. But out of the respect that I have for my hardcore supporters, I'm going to do this live just for you, because you contacted me. I'm not going to say your name because I'm not really sure if that's what you want me to do, so I won't say your name. But this particular person contacted me this morning. Maybe you did it last night. Maybe I just received a message this morning. But you contacted me and you specifically asked me to do a live on this particular topic. And that is the reason why I'm doing this live, because admittedly so, I do not follow the City Girls. I don't know who they are. I don't listen to their music. And I'm not saying that to be shady. I'm saying it because I'm just telling y'all the straight up truth to give y'all some backstory into exactly what it is. So anyway, I'm going to go to the person that, I'm not going to say their name, but I'm going to go to their Facebook message that I received this morning. And I hope that you're watching. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and share. I'm going to share this live on my Facebook right now so that you can catch me, because this is for you. And once again, I want to say thank you very much for supporting my work. You actually came out to my Atlanta show, my recent or my latest, should I say, Atlanta show. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on Facebook so that this person can see that I'm going live right now and I am addressing this topic that she wants me to cover. Anyway, you came out to my live show, and this particular person she told me, it was so interesting, and I was so honored to meet her face to face, because she told me, she was like, I've been following you since I was a teenager. And we actually got a chance to chop it up and talk. And it was just a really, amazing conversation. I really enjoyed meeting my supporters in person. And the fact that you took time, your money, your time, your energy to come out and support the work of the dark skin activists. You have been following me for all these years. It's only right that I address this topic that you are very concerned about. And that is the reason why I'm doing this particular topic today. So let me go ahead and share this. I'm sharing it on my Facebook right now, so anybody can watch. All right, I just shared it there. And also remember, guys, on April 23rd, I'm going to be doing a live Darkism online course. Anyone, anywhere in the world can register for the course, and you'll be able to take my course and begin to understand exactly what Darkism is and how it impacts us. But today, I'm going to talk about this particular instance of what can be viewed as Darkism. Some people may see it as Darkism. Some people may not see it as Darkism. But apparently, the person that sent me this information on this particular group, the City Girls, and by the way, I'm throwing in my my Darkism online course. I'm throwing that in right now. Give me a second, y'all. All right. Good morning, everybody. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to tune in and watch. I just posted the link to my Darkism course, so you guys could go ahead and register for that. Go check it out. I'm going to be teaching my for the first time ever, because this is the first time I'm doing this my online Darkism course. And yes, you do have to read my book, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, before taking the course. All right, so let me get to what this young lady sent me this morning. She said, and I'm reading verbatim what she said from the Facebook message. She said, Darkism, the darker, more talented one, is in jail right now. She doesn't get to reap the benefits of her newfound fame. Even though I don't agree with all of their controversial lyrics, I do think this is Darkism. And again, the group that she's referring to is a group called City Girls. And admittedly, I did not know who these girls were before this particular person told me about them. The group consists of Young Miami, which is the lighter one, and JT, which is the darker one. And I want to quickly share my screen here so that for those of you that do not know who these young ladies are, I just went and pulled up. Hold on, y'all. This is JT, the darker member of the City Girls that this particular fan / supporter is referring to. And this is a Billboard article that wrote about her regarding her jail sentence. So this is her. And let me stop the screen sharing here. So this particular person that sent me this information, she believes that JT of the group City Girls is a victim of Darkism. Now, there's a lot of different things that are at play here. As I, brief myself on the City Girls and, who they are and why JT went to jail. And then I also quickly thought back to, this isn't anything new. That's another thing that I want to talk about, because I'm going to say this right here. I believe, and I agree with you. I'm trying not to say your name because I'm looking at this person who sent me this information. I agree with you. I hope you watch it right now. I agree, just based off of what I know about Darkism, based off of my years of experience with Darkism, witnessing it in every facet of life. And I always talk to you guys about the socioeconomic life chances of dark-skinned people in terms of how Darkism impacts them and their life chances. There was a study, and I've talked about this many times before in years back. Y'all could go and look at my videos where I've talked about, and in lectures in the community, the Villanova study that showed that dark-skinned women, I believe the percentage is they get 12% more prison time than their non-dark-skinned counterparts. I've done a lot of debates on this already. Debated on Sonetta TV. Like I said, different community lectures where I've laid out the research, the data, the empirical data from scholars. So those of you that are really following me, you already know this. I had somebody that came on my comment section, and I'm gonna tell you like this. When you're dealing with the dark-skinned activists, don't make assumptions about me. Go do some research and go do some studying. Do a little bit, just to do yourself a favor. Because you do yourself a disservice when you come on to my comment section, even though you have freedom of speech, but you're doing yourself a disservice when you don't go do at least a little bit of research when it's all there, with all the work that I put in and all the things that I've talked about and shared regarding darkism. So immediately when I read about why the City Girls, this particular individual of the City Girls, JT, is in jail, it made me think about the Villanova study and other studies, not just about dark-skinned women, but dark-skinned people in general, whose life chances are impacted by their dark skin. And to bolster my contention, let's just go here. There's a pattern. And I looked at, let me preface this with saying that this particular individual sent me the YouTube video of a channel called Impressive. And because there's a lot of dishonesty going on YouTube, a lot of people stealing ideas, stealing content, I don't do that. I'll tell you straight up where I'm getting the content from. This particular individual, apparently she went and watched a video that a channel named called Impressive. They did a video on City Girls, and they spoke about Young Miami possibly going solo and some other things. But I put the link because I'm honest, and what I want to do is set the tone and trend for intellectual honesty among Black people in general and Black women in particular on YouTube, to stop taking from each other without giving credit. So that is the reason why I had to make sure that I said that this person that sent me this information asking me to speak about the City Girls and JT's potential darkism, she sent me the Impressive video. I watched that video, and then I also did some research and looked at a few articles in regards to JT. So I want to say that. So with that being said, what I want to say is that the first thing that I thought after realizing that this young lady, this dark-skinned young lady, is in jail, and I got a lot to say about that as well. I got some advice to give dark-skinned people, because this got to stop. We got to stop. We got to step our moral game up. And I'm not saying you're immoral, but because of the darkest world that we live in, we got to make some changes. You can't do certain things when you're dark-skinned. Don't get it twisted. But what I see, and this is where the darkism is, and this is where the unfairness is, and this is where the impact of darkism on a person's life chances comes in. Shout out to Max Weber, who came up with this term of life chances, which is very important to me and my work, and understanding how darkism impacts dark-skinned people. JT, you're running in a long line of dark-skinned female rappers that have wound up in prison or jail, either at the height of their fame or as they were becoming famous. So, and this is one of the reasons why I would have to say, absolutely, this young lady is a victim of darkism. And that by no means that I condone any type of illegal wrongdoing. But hold up, let's talk about Lil' Kim. Y'all could say, you know, she bleached her skin. It is what it is. I'm not gonna talk about that. I like Lil' Kim. I'm not gonna bash her. That's not my point. The point is, we got Lil' Kim, who went to prison. We got Foxy Brown, who went to prison. We got the greatest of them all, you ain't gonna get no better than Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is the definitive. Everybody that watches me, you already know that I know that Lauryn is the definitive when we're talking about Black female rappers and intelligence and talent and consciousness. She's at the top of the hierarchy as far as I'm concerned. But I still am a fan of Foxy. I still am a fan of Lil' Kim. But my point is that, JT, you are following in the footsteps of dark-skinned female rappers who have been in the position that you're in. Okay? Now, we can also look at we can look at what they're saying that she did. Okay? Also, let us not forget Remy Ma. Remy Ma is another darker skinned one that went to prison. So there's a pattern here of darkism that seems to take place with dark skinned female rappers, where you got people like, hold up. This is the darkism that I'm talking about. You got people like Cardi B, who's violent. But because she's light skinned, when she threw that shoe at Nicki Minaj, and I'm not a fan of Nicki Minaj at all, not one bit. But I gotta be honest, and I'm a fair person. When she threw that shoe at Nicki Minaj, you should have went to jail. But what happened? She wound up winning a Grammy. She was rewarded for her violence. She was rewarded for being violent. But the dark-skinned ones, Foxy Brown, let's talk about Foxy Brown. Okay, see, one of the reasons why I didn't know who the City Girls were is because I am a child of the 1980s, and I was a teenager in the 90s. So obviously, Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, Lauryn Hill, those were the female rappers of my era. And I also heard in the impressive interview or video where she was talking about the City Girls, about raunchy lyrics. Well, that's nothing new. I mean, Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, not Lauryn Hill, definitely not Lauryn Hill, but Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim, they laid that groundwork out. So that didn't really bother me, because female rappers like Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim, they were criticized for the raunchy lyrics. That's not anything new. So that didn't really bother me. I mean, each generation is going to be impacted by the next. And I'm pretty sure at some point the City Girls were exposed to the music of Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, and Lauryn Hill. I mean, you got to be living under a rock not to be. I mean, you got to think about where are they getting the ideas for these lyrics from. I'm not saying it's not original, but I'm just saying it's already been done. But the point that I'm making here, let's talk about Foxy Brown, and let's juxtapose her to, for example, Cardi B. Foxy Brown had been demeaned so much in the media for having a nasty attitude. You understand? And I remember this clearly because, again, I'm from the 90s. So I was there. I was around. I know about all the negativity surrounding her. She was always in the news. She got a bad attitude. She's violent. She's catty. She's this. But where's Foxy Brown's money and notoriety? When let me just say, Foxy is in the top 5 of female rappers. Top 5. Let's be clear. Say whatever you want about Foxy. It ain't. I mean, when we talk about the greatest female rappers of all time, you got Lauryn is at the top, but Foxy is a complete animal. I'm a fan of her brilliant lyricism. This young lady is brilliant, and I don't like the fact that she hasn't gotten her just due. And I look at some of these female rappers right now, and I'll be like, this is a joke. I'm glad I came up in the 90s, because I know what real talent is. You're not going to get no better than the Foxys, than the Lil' Kims, and you damn sure ain't going to get no better than the queen of them all, Lauryn Hill. But this is what we have now. She gets rewarded. Cardi B, rewarded with a Grammy. She shouldn't have never won no Grammy. You don't deserve that. Your music is absolute trash. I'm not impressed. And I'm very hard to impress because, again, I was blessed to come up in an era where you had to have real talent. Y'all better go back and listen to some of Foxy music. Y'all, it's a lot of y'all listening. Y'all already know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, top 5. That's it. Top 5. And I'm not saying that because she's dark skinned. I'm saying it because I go off of the person's actual talent. She got it. But she was beat down, tore down, and demeaned in the media. And she was accused of doing the same thing, some of the same things that Cardi B did. And Cardi B, I would argue, you're more violent, Cardi B. But guess what happened? Guess what happened, Cardi B? You were allowed because you're light skinned. And I'm so sick of people denying this shit. It's the world's first and only dark skin activist. Let me just give a disclaimer. The creator of the entire dark skin lane. Don't ever get it up. Don't nobody listening to this. You better understand Rashida Strober is the creator of this entire dark skin lane. This brand of commentary. Been doing it since 1998. Everybody better understand that. I'm so sick and tired of people praising this woman, this light-skinned woman, as if what she's doing is unique. What she's doing is new and innovative. It's not. She's light-skinned and she's getting praised for it. And if she's able to gain money, notoriety, awards she doesn't deserve, what of Foxy Brown? What of Foxy Brown? And not only that, hold up, Foxy Brown looks better than you. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. She actually looks better than you. But as we can see, when we're dark skinned, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Foxy Brown got more talent in her pinky than you, Cardi B, and whoever else we want to call out. But we talk about Cardi B right now. I'm just giving y'all the truth. Y'all can be upset. I'm not worried about it. Just here to tell the truth. Because I was asked to do this live. So the point is, we go back to the current, and y'all know I wrote a book called Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how all of this is interrelated. I'm quickly going to my website. I wrote a book called Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. So now, fast forward, what, 15, 20 years later, we got a new token dark girl, JT, who continues the legacy of dark-skinned women going to prison. Dark-skinned rappers, should I say, going to prison. And I want everybody to understand why I call her a token dark girl, because every couple of years, the mass media, the public, will allow a dark-skinned chick to shine. There's so many talented ones out there. Make no mistake about it. They just don't get their chance. But there's always seems to be something that takes place to cast a shadow of negativity on that token dark girl's success. And that is what has happened with Lauryn Hill. We all know Lauryn was the golden child. We all know that. And we all know, if we're honest, that she's probably the most talented rapper in history. Foxy had her era. Lil' Kim had her era. And now we have an up-and-coming dark-skinned young lady, JT, of City Girls. And in the middle, her story reminds me a bit more of, also, I got to include Remy Ma in this. Even though Remy Ma is not super dark-skinned, she's dark enough. She's dark enough for me to speak on her regarding, and I'm gonna show this picture because I love these two together. That's beautiful right there. Black is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love that relationship. But Remy Ma, you know, who's also a victim of darkism. So the thing is, the City Girls, JT of City Girls, you're continuing that legacy. You are continuing that legacy. And the question that we must ask ourselves is, why does this keep happening to the dark-skinned female rappers? But when the light-skinned ones come along, who are less talented, because you don't have talent at all, And I'm not saying that all light-skinned female rappers are not talented, because again, I told y'all I was a child of the 90s. So let's Google a rapper that I really liked it. And I wish that she would have blew up a little more. I thought she was super talented, and she's light-skinned. So I'm not going to sit here and say, because I know some of y'all going to lie, Charlie Baltimore. There she go. Excellent. Excellent rapper of the 90s. Okay, so it ain't even about that. But what we got to do is we got to understand that there is this pattern of dark-skinned women who are rappers who end up getting into some type of controversy, and they're not allowed, like the light-skinned ones, to capitalize. We have Cardi B as a clear example of this. Even Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj, I consider you to be light-skinned. They're not allowed to capitalize as much, in my humble opinion, off of their demise. They get penalized for it. They get penalized for it. And so with that being said, to answer your question, to the person that sent me this information, when I consider the history of darkism and the way that dark skin, hold on one second, y'all, because I don't like these advertisements coming up on my thing like this. Give me a second here.
When I consider the history of darkism.
There we go. When I consider the history of darkism among dark-skinned female rappers, I would have to totally agree with you that, yes, JT of City Girls is a victim of darkism. She is. And speaking in terms of solutions, what's the solution to this? Because I'm always thinking about solutions to the problem. What are we to do about this? What are we to make of this pattern? We know that being that we are dark skinned, we come into the industry, it's going to be some extra challenges for us. So what do we do about that? Is the question. How do we stop the cycle of darkism among, we're talking about dark skinned female rappers, among dark skinned female rappers? That's the real issue here. How do we stop the and here's the thing. I'm not condoning, and I don't want anybody to get this twisted, criminal behavior. I'm not condoning it at all, because I believe that what a dark skin, I've been saying this ever since I started giving my community lectures on darkism, creating this entire lane. I have to say that. I'm saying it over and over again, regardless of who like it, because a lot of people watch me, they rip off my work, and they never give credit. And they didn't create anything. You're watching the master teacher, and you ripped off everything that I'm doing. So I can't respect it at all. This is the reason why y'all don't see me dealing with a lot of these chicks up on YouTube, because I can't respect you. I respect honesty and originality. What we've got to do is understand that we coming in a different light. You understand what I'm saying? We're coming in a different light. We're not coming into the industry on a level playing field, if you will. We're not. So what we've got to do, thank you, Tehran Carr. Thank you very much. You said I agree with you and your insight. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I don't mind people disagreeing with me. I know some of y'all think that I do, but I actually don't, because people are allowed to disagree. Okay. What we got to do is, first of all, realize we're coming into this game not on a level playing field. I don't care what y'all may think. And I know y'all see some dark skinned chicks out here. It's not leveled. It's not. And so what we have to do is understand that and work with that and work within that and come up with solutions and operate differently. So I'm not going to sit up here and condone that anyone, any black person, brown skin, light skin, dark skin, engage in criminal activity. But I'm going to say specifically, I'm talking to you dark skinned people, dark skinned women, dark skin entertainers, dark skin whoever. You gotta watch yourself more. I prefaced this video, this live, with talking about the Villanova study. That's just one study among many. And again, if those of you that are really following me, you know I've done lecture after lecture, spitting fact after fact regarding intellectual, peer-reviewed, scholarly research is what we're talking about regarding dark-skinned people and their life chances, specifically in the criminal justice system. So you got to come at it a different way. You can't come the same way as a biracial or as a light-skinned. You can't. Y'all can disagree with me, but I've done the research. And anybody that wants to debate, let me say this again, like anybody that wants to take it there and debate me, you know exactly where to find me. But come with your A game. Come with some facts. You can bring some emotions because I'm emotional too, but at the end of the day, I deal with what is factual. Okay? Because everything I'm saying is based upon a solid intellectual, foundational, researched, methodical method. Dark skin activism. That's the thing. This is the reason why I don't appreciate people ripping off my work and stealing from me, because I've actually, before coming online, before bringing my information online and my science of dark skin activism online, tons of research has gone into its development. So it lays on a very solid foundation. This is not a house that's built on a shaky foundation. Dark skin activism, we don't do that over here. It's built upon truth, honesty, integrity, and what is factual. Understand me clearly. So what I know from the empirical research is that dark skinned people, and what I know from personal experience, not just empirical, personal, my own personal experience, we got to move differently. Dark skinned people, you can't go out committing crimes. And some of us are not even committing crimes. Some of you may have been arrested for something, you know, but you probably didn't do it. A lot of us have been arrested for things we didn't even do. But because we're dark skinned, people will automatically assume. I've seen this happen. I've seen in the school system, dark skinned kids automatically, they're considered to be the one that caused the problem because they're dark skinned. The person is not going to say it, but I know darkism when I see it. So what we got to do is realize this and move a different way. And JT of the City Girls, if you ever watch this video, you got to move a different way, sweetheart. You got to move a different way. You're not a light-skinned female rapper. You're not. Okay? I haven't listened to your music. I already said I'm a child of the 80s, teenager of the 90s. And for me, it's the Laurens, the Foxies, and the Look. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like not open to listening to. I'm really not. I got to admit that. Okay? You got to like really, really be on that level for me to be like, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, you have a right to pursue your dream. You have a right to be the rapper that you want to become. You have a right to be that superstar that you have a right to do that, regardless of whether the dark-skinned activist listens to you or not. And I support your right. I support that. But if you're going to do it, you got to move in a different way. Now, you should be ashamed of saying that, Tom. Let me read what you said here. You said, I am a cop. And I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but if you really mean this is really sad if you really mean this. And I would like to see some statistical data on this. There was a, let me just read your comment. Tom said, I'm a cop. 90% of the creeps I arrest are very dark skinned. That's darkism. You see what I'm saying? Even if it were the case that they were very dark skinned, let's ask ourselves the question, did they really do the crime? Because again, like I just said, a lot of dark skinned people get falsely accused and falsely arrested when they shouldn't even be arrested. And again, I want to be very clear. I'm not condoning criminal behavior. I'm not condoning criminal behavior. But what I'm saying is making that statement in and of itself could be an act of darkism because the arrest could be biased. And there are scholars. There's one particular scholar, two black men at the University of South Florida. Shout out to them. I cannot think of their names, but I can go pull the their research. But the gist of one of the research that they did was speaking on how dark-skinned people are forced into criminality. So when I just read your statement, I thought about their research. And they were able to prove that dark-skinned people were literally forced. Society was forcing them. That's why I said, city girls, JT, hold up. We got to really look at these things. We got to look and see, what is really going on here? What is at the root cause of this so-called criminality? You committed a so-called crime. You end up in jail. What is at the root cause of this? Is this really a crime that you committed? Or is this rooted in darkism? Where you have been forced as a result of you being dark-skinned or expected as a result of you being dark-skinned to be engaged in criminality. I have a problem with that. Got to examine these things. Okay, Tom, I see you coming up on here to cause problems. But here's what I would say to you, Tom. I'm going to issue a challenge to you and anybody. I would like to take you to task. Come up on to my channel and debate me live. Because I would like to take you to task on these statements that you are making about dark-skinned people. You said that you are a cop. And you said 90% of the creeps, you called them creeps, I arrest are very dark-skinned. I would like to take you to task on that. So anybody that wants to debate the dark-skinned activists on any of my philosophy and opinions, y'all know where to find me. Y'all could email me. Y'all go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, all of that. Thank you, Tehran Carr. The thing is, these people are in denial. They're in denial. They know that what I'm saying is true, and they are in denial about it. Instead of them being honest about it, and that's one thing about me. I could dislike a person, but if that person is telling the truth, or if that person is spitting something that is factual, I am not going to sit there and deny it. I'm going to say, okay, you know what? You're right. You're right. Let me scroll up here because I want to shout the people out that's taking their valuable time to watch. Daryl Phil, I feel, thank you. You was the first one on here. Thank you to Cass W, Miss Chocolate Beauty. Shout out to D Darrell. You're doing an excellent job. Shout out to Andre Delane. Good morning. Shout out to Tony Nelson. Who else we got on here? Tony Nelson, you said, does this affect dark-skinned men too? Absolutely it does. The reason why I'm talking about a dark-skinned woman is because I had a fan that came and messaged me this morning and wanted me to talk about the city girl. So that's the reason why I'm talking about a dark-skinned females. Who else we got on here? RB, shout out to you. We got Bishop Dunn, Magic One, the pimp. Okay, shout out to you. Wow, what a name. Who else we got on here? We got, scrolling down because I want to make sure I say shout. Tehran Carr, shout out to you. Scorpio 16, shout out to you. And shout out to everybody. Eternal damnation for enemies of God, shout out to you. On 3 Thought, and everybody that's watching that may not be commenting. Alexis Anders, shout out to you as well. Tom, the one that made that comment regarding the majority of people you arrest being dark-skinned creeps. Shaniqua Roberts, shout out to you. I want to just say shout out to everybody because I really do appreciate y'all taking y'all time to watch. Thank you, Tehran Carr. You're really giving some words of encouragement this morning. You said you've proven yourself over and over again. You're my sister, whether or not we always agree. Thank you. And that's the whole thing. It's not even about it's never been about me necessarily getting people to agree with me. That's never been what it's about. It's about people listening to the philosophy, listening and understanding the philosophy and opinions of the dark-skinned actors. And I don't think it's anything wrong with that, because I myself am the type of person that I'm a reader. I'm not a YouTube video watcher because I don't believe that that's a real form of intellectualism. I don't. I know that we're in this era of YouTube. Y'all call me old school, all y'all want. You're not going to get everything from watching a YouTube video. You have to at some point develop your own mindset. And I believe that the chief way that we could do that, that's why you're never going to get rid of college degrees and universities and colleges, because it's just the meat and bread of intellectualism, reading and going to school, not watching someone's YouTube video. So with that being said, I'm always open to understanding another person's intellectual point of view. Now, I will say I'm biased to reading a book. If you come at me and say, Rashida, this person wrote a book on this topic, I would probably be more prone to read the book than I would be to watch that video. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. The reason why I decided to watch this video today is because I respect this particular supporter. They've supported my work, and I normally will not. I'm going to be honest. I will not go and watch other people's videos because I think that that's a lazy form of learning or understanding something. You're never going to get it all from watching. What you have to do is you still have to read to understand, read differing opinions, philosophies, and points of view. It comes from books. It does not come from watching YouTube videos. What did we do before YouTube was here? A lot of y'all are being fooled by folks on YouTube because you will not take the time to do research and investigation, which involves the written word, which is king. It's just what it is. So with that being said, I'm always open to differing points of view so that I can be able to understand the issue from all angles to be able to make an educated decision on whatever it is that we're talking about. But at the end of the day, and I hope you're watching this to the person that sent me this information, I would have to agree with you. I've come to the conclusion that in this case, with the City Girls, JT of the City Girls, yes, she is a victim of darkism. Yes. Yes. And what was talked about in the impressive video as well, one of the things she talked about was Young Miami carrying on while JT is locked up. And like you said, the person that sent me this information, you talked about the fact that JT is not getting a chance to take advantage of the fame that she's worked hard to create as a result of darkism. And I couldn't agree with you more. And that seems to be another running pattern. A black person or a dark person will create something. I'm not saying that Young Miami, of course, didn't participate in it, but then it just always seems like other people benefit more off of what the dark-skinned person creates than the dark-skinned person themselves. And that hits home with me because I created dark-skinned activism. I was the first person to bring it to the internet. Everybody said I was crazy, and now everybody copies me on YouTube. So many people have ripped off my work. They've never said my name, thank you. They passed off my work as their own. So I understand being a dark-skinned person, actually creating something from here. It's my own originality that people looked at and discarded and disparaged, but then they turned around and created YouTube channels, derivatives of my work. So I completely understand where you're coming from. But what I'm hoping is that when this young lady gets out, that she's able to recapture and regain, you know, her fame or pick up where she left off. Like Remy Ma, I was very happy that Remy Ma was able to capitalize and become, you know, even more famous. I was very happy that she cleaned her life up because I believe that dark-skinned people deserve that. I don't think that we get enough opportunities. I know, because I'm one of them. I just gave y'all the example of people ripping off and stealing the work. They've used everybody and their mama to copy Rashida Strober. Everybody. They got people creating all kinds of campaigns. It's based off of Rashida Strober. People would never admit to it, but they sit back and watch me. I didn't even know who these people were. People will watch them, send me the information. People are sending me the information because they know that this started with me. And they're like, well, why aren't these people saying your name? Because these people are selfish and evil. And they think that they can continue to exploit darker skinned people because they don't think that we're worthy or we deserve it. Even Black people don't think that I'm worthy and deserve the credit, the monetary compensation for what I created. They feel that they can rip me off and steal and take. This is exactly what they're doing. So I understand that. It's all darkism at the end of the day. It's all darkism at the end of the day. And so I'm hoping that this young lady can come out and like I said, pick up, look at Remy Ma as an example. She's a perfect example of a darker skinned woman going through adversity and being able to come out on top. And I'm very happy that she's able to come out and get the reality TV show. Papoose, I got so much respect for him for sticking by her. I mean, I just love the way that her story ended. I love it because it shows you that as a dark-skinned person, yeah, you can go through XYZ, but if you push hard enough and you believe in yourself enough and you keep going, you understand, you can make it. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Papoose. I got a lot of respect. Let me tell you something. I've been doing this work since 1998. So this is the real deal, the authenticity. All the other stuff is a fraud. It's a caricature of Rashida Strober. But when you create something before YouTube came along, before this social media came along, you know it's the real deal. That's why I said, for me personally, I look at people's track record. I look at how you was moving before XYZ. And I'm looking for authenticity. I'm looking for honesty. And most people don't have that. So that's why I just keep it moving and focus on what I am doing. But yeah, with that being said, I hope that I answered your question. I hope that I gave you some insight into how I feel about this whole situation with the city girls and the dark skinned one in jail. And as you said, not being able to necessarily capitalize off of the fame that she's worked hard to create. And again, I'm just hoping that once this young lady gets out, that she does even bigger and better things, because we all know that it can be done. It's not going to be easy. It's never easy for a dark-skinned person, but we all know that it can be done if we continue to somebody said, I can't remember which motivational speaker said, get in line and stay in line. That's what you do. So you're already in line. Just stay in there. Don't get out the line. Stay there. Because eventually you're going to move to the front of the line and you're going to get what you got to get. It's the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. Real quick, Rashida Strober, I want to invite everyone to take my online course. This is very, very important. I'm going to be giving the course on April 23rd. Give me 1 second, y'all, because I'm going to pull up the information. And the good part about it, the great part about it, is anybody anywhere in the United States, anybody anywhere in the world can take the course, because this is a virtual online course. So I want to invite everybody out to take my course. You are going to learn in depth what darkism is, and once again, how it operates in our society. And make sure you go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com, and do some research and studying up on me and find out more about dark skin activism, how it was created and why it was created. Very, very important. It's not that I think that I should be the only dark skin activist. I am the only dark skin activist. Let me tell you why. And this is something that I don't understand why it's a hard concept for people to understand. I really don't get it, but I actually coined, made up the phrase dark skin activist. I created that. It is my phrasing that I created for myself to brand myself. So by default, I am the dark skin activist. Just like you can't go out there and call yourself McDonald's because there's only one McDonald's. You might be able to open up franchises. And see, I wouldn't have had a problem with people having dark skin activist franchises, but they're disrespectful. They try to pass off my work as their own, and that's not going to work with me. There's McDonald's franchises all over the world. That's the brand. Same thing. The dark skin act. There's only one dark skin activist. There's only one Nike. whoever created the company, Nike, they built the company. They gave themselves the name. You can't go around calling yourself a name that you didn't create. This is the problem with a lot of Black people on YouTube. This is why I have a problem with dealing with a lot of y'all, because y'all are dishonest. You didn't create dark skin activism. You didn't coin the term. I created that out of my own brain years ago, before anybody even thought about talking about it. But I see people running around here trying to pass off other dark-skinned women as Rashida Strober. No, you're not the originator, period, point blank. You're not. It's just simple as that. You can't go and call yourself, you can't go and open up a restaurant called Burger King unless you got a franchise. You can't go and open up, what's another brand? I got some Sun Chips. You can't go and create a company called Sun Chips. You're gonna get sued. So why, again, this is a form of darkism and disrespect. Why do you think you can call yourself by the brand that Rashida Strober created? Because I'm a dark-skinned woman and people think that they can take and steal from dark-skinned people because we're valueless. That's why. It's darkism. It is systemic economic darkism, what has happened to me. There you have it. Moving right along. Once again, I want to invite everyone to come out to my online darkism course. It is the first course of its kind created. And once again, it's going to be on April 23rd. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can go ahead and see it. Anybody anywhere in the world can take this course. And I highly recommend you take this course. It's a virtual online course. I have designed it to where it is easy to understand and grasp the concepts. So once again, it's April 23rd, 2019 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your virtual tickets. Make sure you share this information with people. Share this video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you make a donation to the Dark Skin Activist Tour. My tour is ongoing, okay? I need everybody to go and make a donation. Those of you that follow me, you know that I travel around the world extensively touring. And I've been doing this for a long time, but it takes money. It always takes money. So I'm always in a fundraising mode. So what you can do is you can go to my GoFundMe. And I want to thank everybody that made donations recently this week. You can go to my GoFundMe and you can make your donation there. If you want to cut out the middleman, you can go to my PayPal. And I put my PayPal link in the chat box and also in the description box. So you can go to my PayPal. My PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, that's icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And you can go there and you can make your donation, or you can go to my GoFundMe. Please share the GoFundMe information. You can just take the link. It's very easy to do, and share the link with others so that they can donate. I'm going to put the link solo in there because a lot of you that have watched me, I know that you watch me. I know that you get something from me. I know that you know, what I'm doing is very helpful towards you. And if so, then make a donation. Make a donation. The money goes towards the Dark Skin Activist Tour. And again, I'm always fundraising for the Dark Skin Activist Tour that features my darkism talks and all of my creative works. Okay, so make a donation. So I want to thank y'all for taking the time to watch. Once again, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not. And also make sure you go to my GoFundMe or to my PayPal and make a donation. I cannot stress that enough, how much those funds help to keep the Dark Skin Activist Tour going. And thank y'all very much. The world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober. Rashida Strober is the only person in the world to focus exclusively on dark skin and has been doing so since 1998 demonstrated by a 20-year body of work. Meet the founder and inventor of the first movement in history for dark skin, Rashida Strober, the world's first dark skin activist, founder of dark skin activism, created in 1998. She's interviewed in Harlem after her show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour.
All right, so I am here with Rashida Strober, finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. We have, she's been on my show twice. Yep. Me and Unique. Yep. Unique should be logging on soon. And, you know, there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview, which they can log on and see. Who is that? See, I can't even see because I'm so blind. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back. But thank you, Heather. And so I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a dark-skinned woman's revenge. So in case y'all didn't hear the answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.
In 1998, Rashida Strober created dark skin activism, the first movement in history to advocate for dark skinned people, and called herself the dark skin activist. Rashida created the phrases dark skin activist and dark skin activism. Rashida also coined the word darkism. She is the first person in recorded history to create a movement of this kind. She is the first artist, author, actress, YouTuber, and social commentator to focus her work only on dark skin, and has been doing so since 1998. She has written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Her books can be found at darkskinactivist.com. Rashida has been touring the country since 2006, giving darkism lectures and performances of her play. For bookings, go to darkskinactivist.com. Rashida Strober's books: A Dark-Skinned Girl's Triumph, The Rashida Strober Story; Darkism, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet; A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge; Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. The 20-year legacy of the dark-skinned activist continues. For more on Rashida's 20-plus years as the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, visit darkskinactivist.com. Share, donate, and subscribe.